We begin tonight with several developments in the ongoing fight against police brutality. An ex-Atlanta police officer is now charged with murder for the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta. This is the second police officer charged with murder in the last month in the U.S. And you're taking a live look from Washington, D.C., where Congress is working on police reform bills. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dan Schaefer. Naja Sherman has the night off. As we mentioned, an ex-Atlanta police officer now facing murder charges tonight. Garrett Rolfe is charged with the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks. Rolfe shot Brooks in the back as Brooks was running away and turning to fire a stun gun at the officer. He had wrestled that weapon away from officers while he was being arrested for driving under the influence. This is the second police officer charged with murder in the U.S. within the past month. Derek Chauvin is charged with the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Floyd was being arrested for supposedly using counterfeit money at a store. During the arrest, Chauvin kneeled on Floyd's neck for longer than 8 minutes. The other 3 officers involved in that arrest are also facing charges. As it is with much of the nation, police brutality is on the mind of Alabama lawmakers. Some already are putting together plans for police reform legislation. WAAY 31's Megan Reyna joins us live in downtown after speaking with a local state representative about what he believes can be done to make a difference on this complex issue.
Tonight, I spoke with Representative Anthony Daniels. Just 24 hours ago, he sat down with law enforcement to discuss what changes they believe need to be made in order to move forward. His focus is both on coming up with solutions locally and statewide.
You know, there have been approximately 104 reported cases where police involved shootings, but only 4 convictions. And so I think that right now, our policies must reflect more accountability.
Daniels, who represents Huntsville, Madison County, and Montgomery, doesn't want to paint a broad picture of law enforcement. However, he says it's important to recognize reform is crucial.
I think that, you know, we're beginning to understand the training, the lack of training that they're getting, and the standards from the state level are very minimal.
Daniel says he wants the state to focus on mental health training. He believes there should be certain officers with more extensive training who are responsible for certain types of calls.
We all agree that sensitivity training and diversity training is important. We think that we need more mental health support.
He believes this can reduce the number of incidents with officers that end in the use of force.
We have to start getting down to in the weeds on how we respond and making certain that we're doing it with intel and really not force.
And when it comes to Madison County, he says the area already is setting an example for the state on how the community can hold law enforcement accountable. That's with the Huntsville Police Citizens Advisory Council. It's made up of 10 members working to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. However, those members are appointed by local officials. Daniels suggests a new appointment process.
Because I think at the end of the day, when politicians are appointing those that are over a department, over a review board, I'm very reluctant because I think that we have to remove the politics out of it.
Daniel says he's going to be working with Representative Rex Reynolds because he has a history with public safety as Huntsville's former police chief. He says he's going to continue to also speak with law enforcement and the community to create an effective policy change. Reporting live in Huntsville, Megan Reyna, WAAY 31 News.